I have to recommend walnuts with honey. You have to try it. It is so healthy. Walnuts with honey. It's sweet, savory at the same time, and crunchy. Honey snacks, the best. Good song. She pronounces very a lot better than the other singer. The other singer makes it sound like berry, like a bear. Or she articulates the very. I'm loving the Pikachu's Monokumas and the cat with the little lightsabers. Read the chat really quickly. It's just going off. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. But seriously, that Psycho girl doesn't scare me in the slightest. I mean, she's like a 3 in my books out of 10. I've met more Psycho by a mile. I don't know how, but Hutchin basically puts up with my evilness time to time very easily. Like, whenever someone does something bad or she mentions someone doing something bad to animals, I basically have one of my moments. And then she's just like, okay. And then I end up asking Hutchin, how on earth do you put up with my, my moments of bloodlust? And she's like, bad things to bad people. I'm okay with it now. And I'm just like, she gets it. We have this thing she basically understands. When things go wrong, just stand in the corner. Just stand in the corner. Just get out of the way. She understands. So much so that I told you of the dream she had. The house was getting broken into, and apparently they had like knives and shit, and all I had was a vacuum cleaner. And she ran out to try to call for help, and I just came up walking in drenched in blood in a broken vacuum cleaner. I'm like, Hutchin, why a vacuum cleaner? She's adorable sometimes. The Psycho Princess is scary because we only know because we can see behind the scenes. Other people aren't aware, and thus can be controlled, so she has a helpless boy under her full control. Well, that's what most psychos do. I've been victim of such a psycho at one point, which is probably why they've turned into my type through some Freudian bullshittery. But, I mean, she's a psycho amongst normal people. Amongst psychos, she's not that big. Evil Eye's affection and actions make more sense to the light novel and her backstory. I read that in the comments a few times, but in this anime, it degrades her character significantly. Because she goes from, is this Hogwarts? This is looking like Hogwarts. Am I the only one that sees Hogwarts? Look at it. Hogwarts. I mean, in the situation of this anime, it degrades her character significantly. Because she went from epic going toe-to-toe with Demiurge and a maid to, having the hots for senpai and becoming, well, yeah. I mean, in the anime, it doesn't leave a good image. The princess is to me, honestly. Seem more creepy. She's a spoiled princess that's a sociopath. That is the norm. Point to me a princess that isn't a sociopath. Maybe other than Diana that got squished in a car because she was dating a guy outside of her religious group. All the other ones are sociopaths, even the ones that marry into the family. Like the one that gave away her dogs. That sociopath. The one that was talking on Oprah.
People of the proud kingdom of Riestes! These devils do not deserve our fear! As long as I have this blade, no monster will harm you!
Where'd all the people go? Think they're hiding in their houses?
No, look at the doors. Poor bastards were probably dragged somewhere.
Iron and copper adventurers, stay here and search through the houses. The rest of you, spread out and form a defensive line. They'll be here soon. Here we go.
An overeating? Gazer devils? Hellhounds too? No! Stay with the group!
If he landed like that, he would have gone straight into his butthole.
No! Stay with the group!
Bam! Right in the butthole. Oh.
Toss me! I think you've had enough snacks!
Did Momon organize all of this just so he could be a hero? Let's say further into the story, the princess becomes really scary and disgusting. Does she start becoming that princess that used to kill young girls and bathe in their blood, thinking that it would keep her youthful? Does she start doing that thing? Or does she start drinking the blood of young girls to try to keep her youthful? How crazy we're talking? Or does she start eating the flesh of young girls? Just saying. Probably shouldn't talk about it, but, you know. Elizabeth Bathory feels. Are we talking about the same girl? We probably are. See, princesses that are disillusioned and separated from reality end up being crazy. Demiurge made this plan to make Momon look good. Ah, Momon, you are a child to the end. She starts drinking the blood of slubs. She should be careful, she might die of alcohol poisoning. And you just pointed a spoiler. You shouldn't have done that. You should not have done that. I said don't tell me, not tell me. I said you shouldn't tell me. God damn it. Great, now you just got timed out till next week. Well, that's what happens.
Such paltry foes. Fear not, I am Momon the Adventurer, and Yaldabaoth will fall just as easily. But while I deal with him, I need you to keep the citizens beyond the wall safe. I'm counting on you.
It's his first offense, not worth a ban. You slapped him with the silence for now, he'll learn.
It started.
Yeah, I just hope they can distract them long enough for us to find and rescue the prisoners.
Well, Rhaenyra had mentioned the warehouses. That seems as good a place as any to start looking. Shaltir Bloodfallen. She's actually here.
That wasn't Shaltir, that was a blonde. See? Blonde.
Place as any to start looking.
What part of that is Shaltir?
Shaltir Bloodfallen. She's actually here. Go ahead. I'll buy as much time as I can.
It's gonna be Princess, isn't it? Nani? Oh!
What are you and your friends doing in the capital?
It is her! Can we all just appreciate the fact that Shaltir actually has taste? That's a pretty neat getup. That's a pretty neat getup. Damn, she looks like Sire from Persona 5 in the jail.
What are you and your friends doing in the capital?
Wow, he has a hard on for her.
What makes you think I owe a human any kind of explanation? Poor thing. Are you the only one that made it this far?
You sound disappointed. What's the matter? Weren't you waiting for me?
For you? Why would I?
Oh, he has the hots for her, but she doesn't give a shit about him.
Oh, I get it. I was so insignificant you don't remember me, right?
Yeah, that's basically how hot girls work. Why are you surprised?
Would you like to die, little man? I can help, but first, I think I'll have you prostrate and lick my boots. Yes, that's exactly what I need to improve my mood.
Sorry, but that's not happening. Round 2. Here we go.
What a hassle. I guess you can't sense how much stronger I am.
Oh, I can. I'll die But at least I'll buy Klein the time he needs.
But she literally wasn't doing anything except observing.
And I'll go out my way. With sword in hand. Thanks for showing me the way. My dear friends. Fourfold! A slash of light.
Oh my god, he broke her nail. That is like the worst thing that can happen to a girl.
You aimed for it?
Wait, you did all that to cut her nail? Oh my god.
At least you pass for a nail clipper.
Oh, it's quite the compliment. I'll gladly take it. My swordsmanship. My life's work wasn't the massive waste I thought it was.
You literally cut her nail. Why didn't you slit her throat?
In some small way, I actually touched that unreachable height.
Poor crazy boy, let me put you out of your misery.
Why aren't you slitting her throat?
Even though the Supreme One is close, I can't sense his presence. That detection blocking ring really makes it hard to stalk my beloved.
Throat! Cut her throat! What?!
Insolent ant! I refuse to let a measly human escape from me unharmed. Time accelerator! Is that...
She can do that?
You are strong indeed.
Seriously, you are literally a child playing with his toys. You are like that child that plays Warcraft 3 World Editor, giving himself all the advantages just so he can verse all the computers and think he's top shit, but secretly in the game he can't play against the computer on easy mode without all the advantages. That is literally what you're doing right now. God damn it. Really? Rawr! Oh, God.
We severely underestimated the forces of Yaldabaoth.
You two handle the newcomers. Let's get to it, Demon!
Seriously, that's the second time you almost broke cover. Are you serious? Are you God damn it.
I'll take 3 and you'll handle the other 2. That should be enough to subdue them.
Wait, so she lost against one of them, and now she's gonna verse 2 of them. Okay.
I don't mind taking 3.
This is not a porn shoot. Just take the 2.
You'll take 2. There's no point arguing with me.
Oof.
My, what a stubborn one.
I'll let you decide who will fight me.
What? That's like... that is so coordinated. They didn't even hesitate. Watch.
I'll let you decide who will fight me.
She didn't even put the full stop in before they started walking. What the fuck? Seriously? This is so rigged.
My name is Alpha. This is Delta. Introductions. How courteous of you. My name is Evil Eye. I'll be the last thing you ever see.
What are you doing? I told you to go on ahead.
Well, we just...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back up a bit. What's with you and that lady in white? You look like you'd seen a specter.
Yeah, he has a hard-on for her. The same way I have a hard-on for Saya. It's a thing. She's the white goddess with the hat. The other one's the black goddess with the hat. It's a thing. You'll get used to it. Why is your armor not dyed?
Why isn't she chasing me?
Because contrary to popular belief, hot girls have options. You do not.
Is this some kind of lover's quarrel?
It's one-sided, I assure you of this.
She's a monster who could give Sebas a run for his money.
Exactly, she's a beast. Imagine how she is in bed.
Wait, and you...
attacked her? Sure did. I even managed to cut off her fingernail.
Jesus.
Holy crap. I cut it off and lived to tell about it.
He squandered his one opportunity to get a free shot at her. On a fingernail. I mean, even if he tried to cut her throat and all he did was give her a paper cut, that would have been significantly more impressive than cutting a fingernail. His greatest achievement is cutting a fingernail. Jesus Christ.
That's awesome. Way to go, Brain. I'm proud of you. You've done something special, really.
Special, yes. Right. That's what it is.
Don't enable this simpery behavior.
Well, I'm not sitting around to see if she'll chase us. Let's go.
Martial arts, dark, blade, mega impact!
Damn!
Floating swords, do your work!
What is she, a Valkyrie?
There's just no end to them. What now, evil boss?
Evil?
Not good. The priests are running low on magic power.
Then stop wasting it on civilians.
Six-fold slash of light!
Kuma, he is not physically strong enough to harm her body. She is so much more powerful than her that cutting her nail is all he could accomplish. Not with that attitude, you have to at least try. I doubt the throat would have worked the first time since he went for it, it got blocked. Yeah, but he didn't use that technique. He did like the random hit crap, not his ultimate.
Run him through!
Hey, look, it's Geralt.
My Lord Stronov, this is a crisis. Shouldn't you be guarding the castle?
His Majesty! Ramposa, what is he doing here?
Oh, great. So the princess has the prince and the king in the battle, and they're both gonna die, and she's gonna reign supreme. Wow. These guys are idiots.
His Majesty asked of me, which do you protect? The castle or the crown? There's only one answer. We swore to protect the king and uphold his kingdom. So an attack on his people is an attack on him! Attack!
I'm glad you're here. Think you could help me with something?
Of course.
Not without us. It'll take more than death to keep this warrior from battle.
This ninja's ready to get back into the fray as well, evil boss. Gagarin! Tia!
Just lying around was making me soft.
We're ready to fight. There's no way. Always happy to have you along. Let's go!
Yes, ma'am!
Does anyone have a ranged weapon?
Star and buckshot! Not again!
Wait a minute. I'm looking this way. Have I the entire time been looking this way? Ah, crap! I was supposed to invert the camera angle. Shit! Why did no one tell me? This is precisely the thing I asked you guys to tell me. And it's precisely the one thing you guys didn't tell me. I'm literally looking like this the entire time. Away from the... Oh, for God damn it. Ugh. Why is it on an angle? I hate my life. Great, now the whole stream I'm like... Yeah, what's happening over here is really cool. This is why I ask at the beginning of every stream. If anything looks out of place or shit, please tell me. Meanwhile, Kuma's just like... Fuck. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, 4 episodes are gonna look like that. Jesus. Oh, boy.
Not that you need it, but I'll cover you.
Excuse me? Excuse me? X fucking... What? So let me get this straight. You've got an assault rifle. Fine, whatever. I mean, clearly that's the Slav maid. Guns are part of her religion.
Sandfield all! Damn. Monsters aren't supposed to team up like this. It isn't fair.
And she wanted 3.
What the? Crystal wall!
There goes the mask.
Impressive. I've never met anything immune to negative energy before.
Because she's Slav, which means she is negative energy.
You must have every resistance there is. Looks like Lord Momon is still in the fight. In that case, I'll buy him as much time as I can!
Oh, the irony. Is he at the Penguin Bar?
You're sure this room is secure?
I've seen to it. There's no one who can listen in on our conversation, my lord.
All right. Tell me everything about your plan.
Of course. But first, allow me to thank you for indulging me, my lord. I'm rather eager to share the results of my design. Overall, there are 4 merits to the series of plans I have devised.
4? I don't know a single one!
Here I thought there were 3.
I think this may be the first time I've bested you in a contest of wits, Lord.
Oh, you always have the better of me.
Let's play a game. Who doesn't?
You are too modest. I'm flattered.
No, really. Now, why don't you tell me about these merits?
Right. The first one is that we're claiming all the materials within the surrounding storehouses.
Fantastic! Now we don't have to worry about being low on funds for a while.
Secondly, this incident allows us to cover our attack on 8 Fingers, as you instructed us to do.
Now that you mention it, you said your goal was to recover a powerful item.
See for yourself. The magic within is called Armageddon Evil. 10th tier magic, almost god level.
As I recall, it summons a horde of demons.
My creator, Lord Olbert, also crafted this item. Shall we use it here?
I have one better. I think you'll like it. It's Olbert's prototype of the same item. It should work all the same. You may use it for your purposes.
Lord, I couldn't possibly use such a personal treasure.
Oh? Then I shall gift it to you, Demiurge. Though, Albert might be embarrassed that I've kept his failed creation around for so long. Do with it as you see fit.
Such an honor.
Wait, so he traded a 10th tier magic one for a 3 tier magic one. Wow.
I'm most grateful.
Stop that. Really. Consider it thanks for your fierce loyalty.
The Great Ones created us. It is only right we are loyal, and that we continuously demonstrate it until we meet our end. Nonetheless, for to once again address me, a servant with such charity, and to reward me with such a precious gift, I can only repay you by humbly offering an even deeper devotion to your will.
I look forward to it.
My god, he's really working that shaft.
Now, continue. I wish to know the rest of your plan.
With that narrative in place,
be careful not to give Momon rope burn.
Yaldabaoth has attacked the 8 Fingers bases looking for this item, which just happened to give him control of the capital's warehouse district. And of course, this item will be found in the warehouse that serves as 8 Fingers' base of operations.
Obviously. Tell me the merit.
Right. We have captured all the humans that were trapped within the Wall of the Flame. The majority of them are already being taken to Nazariq, where I think they can be put to all kinds of uses.
regardless of their age or gender, I'm assuming.
We don't discriminate here. Everyone turns into fertilizer.
Of course.
Ever since I ended up in this body, I haven't felt a sense of affinity for the human race. Not a single death or suffering we've inflicted has pained my heart.
Have you maybe considered that the emotional inhibitors that you cast on yourself might be preventing your emotions from coming out? You dense motherfucker.
If it benefited Nazarick, I didn't care. But even so...
Listen carefully. See that those who haven't dishonored the Great Tomb or myself are given painless deaths. Only the guilty shall suffer.
How benevolent, my lord. It shall be as you wish.
Back on topic. You still have one more merit to reveal.
Yes, lord. When everything is said and done, all the city's woes will be laid at Yaldabaoth's feet.
In other words, you're establishing yourself as a notorious demon.
He's using this to increase Momon's reputation. Nice.
That makes sense. I'm convinced. So, is there something in particular you need me to help with?
All you have to do is drive me out of the city, and there should be no problem, Lord. I will do everything in my power to serve you as your foil, and I promise to put on one hell of a show in the process.
Wow, that little girl has some serious moves. What'd she say her name was?
I don't know. She's a rodent. Why would I care what other rodents call her?
I believe she is Evil Eye, a blue rose. She was listed in the information Sebes collected.
All right, Lord Ainz mentioned that.
Narberl, honey, I think your mind's starting to go.
I'm sure none of you remember the humans you've met.
It was no problem for me. I pay close attention to proper names.
I don't remember the names of my co-workers despite working with them for 2 years. What does that say? Well, I remember the names of all the hot girls, but that's about it.
Everyone! I actually get along pretty well with them, too.
No problems either. An earthquake. Feels like one of Mare's.
Is this some kind of sign?
That's right. Okay, Narberl, time for you to get some bruises.
It needs to look real, but I'll try to go gentle. Sorry about this.
Oh my god, she said the word gentle.
Don't worry about me. This is our job.
The statue that looks like Baphomet is the deity worshipped by the Templar Knights, but there was a suggestion that it depicts him as a pagan demon. Where'd you get the info that he's worshipped by the Templar Knights? Because wasn't that a rumor that was spread by the French king because he owed a debt to the Knights Templar and didn't want to pay it back, so he said they were devil worshippers, which is why that they were killed off during Friday the 13th? Because that was the excuse that they used, along with they used to urinate on the cross and things like that. It was a smear campaign to justify killing them. Baphomet is actually a demon that people try to communicate with to get things in exchange for, things. It's actually a very popular one. Funnily enough, there used to be like a big island party where some, US elites partied around a big statue of Baphomet. Interesting thing. I mean, even George Bush and Obama attended that party. Kind of weird.
It's the devil! He's coming back for us! Remain calm. We're here to help you.
They took my child. Please, we have to hurry.
Yeah, my wife too.
I have a 3-year-old son. Do you know if anyone's seen him?
Looks like the princess was right on the money.
Sure enough, those bastards split up the families when they took them.
Face reveal!
Can you keep fighting?
Don't worry, that won't be a problem.
That was actually fun. How can I describe it? Real, perhaps? Yes, I'm really getting to fight.
I am pleased that you're pleased. Now, I'll take this seriously.
Come at me then. I'm waiting!
Hellfire Mantle.
You must have boosted your power. How else could you melt a weapon of this level?
How else indeed?
The flames of hell.
What's wrong? You wanted a true fire to test you, right? So I'll give you one that sears the very soul.
Frostpain modified!
What's that? It's much like that spear you used earlier.
I see! Burst!
You truly are a strong warrior.
As are you.
It's like watching gods at play.
I have a proposal for you. I will withdraw now. Shall we call this the end of our battle?
Of course not!
Very well.
This woman seems clueless. I can't fathom why you would bring someone so unintelligent, Mr. Momon. Think hard for a moment and you might understand. I'll give you a clue. I have my demon horde standing by to assault the entire capital.
You would take the city hostage?
Now then, we will leave as agreed. Sadly, we were unable to retrieve the item, but there's always next time, Momon.
Damn it, Team Rocket!
Till then.
I love how we just took the artifact weapon.
You did it! You won! You're incredible, Mr. Momon!
Could you give me some space, miss?
Don't be bashful.
Hey! Shorty's still kicking!
You guys.
She just embarrassed herself in front of all her friends.
Victory.
I don't know.
As the most distinguished warrior of this battle, it is your duty. Come on, don't be shy.
I suppose you're right. Very well then.
Lord Momon is victorious! I see. You're really going back to Erantel then? I'd very much like to accompany you, but...
Don't worry about it.
You have done us and the kingdom a great service. His Majesty would have liked to thank you personally, but he must oversee relief efforts.
That's quite all right, Marquis Raven. I'm grateful for all you've done.
Not at all. I hope we can continue our good relations moving forward.
Members of Blue Rose, as a fellow Adamantite class adventurer, I hope I can look to you the next time something comes up.
As do we.
Farewell.
He turned you down, huh?
Not at all. That's just the kind of man he is.
NANI?! It's like Shaltier, but human.
As of now, you're all servants to our great master, the Supreme One and Overlord of Death! Give yourselves a hand!
Don't be absurd, Brat!
We'll start things off by inviting you all to a fun new place. Fun? Yes, that's what we'll call it.
No, please wait!
Huh?
Hilma!
You don't mean me, do you? I did everything you asked of me! Don't let it have me! I can't take it anymore!
Whoa, what did you do to her? I might have taken her into Kyohuko's room and had him eat her from the inside out a couple times.
Oh, that figures. And then you used healing magic to make her fresh as a daisy. It's only natural that she'd be more submissive after that. Okay, lady. We need you to buy some time with the others until we're sure they'll do as they're told.
Wait, when you say eater, do you mean literally or figuratively?
Can you do that for us? Uh-huh. Of course I can. Just leave them to me.
No.
Wait, I've been totally neglecting the fact that they can keep people alive using magic in this game. So you don't... Oh, right. So I can actually torture them to death and revive them for more torture. Damn, this opens up a lot of possibilities.
You wouldn't.
With that done, we've officially taken over half the country. Nice.
All those under your protection wish to express their gratitude, Princess Renair.
My, I would sure like to see them.
You mustn't. I'm sorry to decline your kind feelings, but it's for the best.
Wait, what did she say? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was imagining different ways that I could stick different sharp objects into a giant eyes and pupils.
My, I would sure like to see them.
You mustn't. I'm sorry to decline your kind
Oh,
feelings,
right, his wounds.
Whoa,
What did you do to her?
I might have taken her into Kyohoko's room and had him eat her from the inside out a couple
Who's
times.
Kyokoho?
Oh, that figures. And then you used healing magic to make her fresh as a daisy. It's only natural that she'd be more submissive after that. Okay, lady. We need you to buy some time with the others until we're sure they'll do as they're told. Can you do that for us?
Uh-huh. Of course I can. Just leave them to me.
No, you wouldn't.
With that done, we've officially taken over half the country. Nice.
All those under your protection wish to express their gratitude, Princess Renair.
My, I would sure like to see them.
You mustn't. I'm sorry to decline your kind feelings, but it's for the best.
Well, I suppose it can't be helped.
I'll be. Regret kicked your ass too, huh?
Buzz off.
Kicked it bad. She cried. This sure takes me back.
Don't lump me in with you. In addition to that old lady, I had these fools to deal with.
Hey, Evil Eye.
Huh?
Something's been bugging me since Momon left. Why didn't you just create a portal to Irantel? I mean, you could have gone with him as you pleased and never looked back, am I right? No way. Did you just realize that?
I'd like to introduce the newest
Really pushing that blonde stereotype.
maid to join Nazarick. I'm Tuare Nina. It's a pleasure to meet you. Is there any sort of training you'd like me to focus on with her, Lord Sevas?
I'm sorry, but I'm freaked out by the talking dog.
Well,
There's no need for special treatment. Just aim for the same passing grade as any maid. That said, Tuari is only human. Please keep her training geared with that in mind, Lady Pistonia.
I understand perfectly. Being a maid is a temporary assignment for her.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Only that she'll be quitting once she's married. Oh, well,
Oh my god. They're fucking... Oh my god, that is... She's just like, and it's like, I don't get it. She's like, but you will. But chicka wow wow. I need to see that again. That was just epic.
Tuari is only human. Please keep her training geared with that in mind, Lady Pistonia.
I understand perfectly. Being a maid is a temporary assignment for her.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Only that she'll be quitting once she's married. Oh, well,
A wolf?
It's good to have you back, Lord Ainz. What is your bidding?
Wait, why does her voice sound like an echo in the background instead of a normal voice? Listen to it.
It's good to have you back, Lord Ainz. What is your bidding?
But yeah, I did notice the Fang during the battle, and it makes sense. Hundreds of years old, gave up her humanity. Sorry. My guess was she was undead, but after I saw that she had a human figure, that's why I said she looks like Shaltier except human.
I've looked into this Ainz bone fellow as you requested. If such a man truly exists, I'd say that his caliber of magic would rival my own, perhaps even surpass it.
Interesting. Is that why you seem so pleased, old man?
Naturally, my lord.
Oh my god, it's
It takes all
Dumbledore.
manner of oracles to gaze into the abyss, but to find a true magical peer. If possible, I would like to meet him personally, my lord.
I would also like you to collect...
Oh my
information
god,
on
it's
that
Gilgamesh!
class adventurer known as the Raven Black hero, Momon. Think you could help me with that, old man?
What is Gilgamesh doing in this anime?
My emperor.
What the fuck? Well, that was unexpected. That was unexpected. I apologize to the people that are WTFing with what happened to the screen. Shit happens. I didn't realize I probably can't edit it. Probably not worth doing. I think it's just a bit weird for me to be looking this way while reacting. But look, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, my neck. I don't know. She reminds me a bit of Shaltir, but maybe that's because it's only the second vampire we've seen. And that being said, I don't feel there's any reason in particular that a vampire wouldn't be able to feel emotions. Though, if you're hundreds of years old and everyone you care about starts dying around you, you find absolutely no reason to get attached to things. It wasn't too bad. The angle will cut up, but we could see all your expressions. Gilgamesh and Gandalf teamed up. Now that is an epic duo. He's about to start calling everyone mongrel. I remember him from Fate Stay Night and Fate Zero. Good times. Good times. I really want to get back into that series. My God, it's been too long. So many series that I started in high school and never continued beyond that. University was one hell of a detour. Oh, man. No, that was fun. That was fun. It feels like they put, I think, 2-3 arcs into that season. You had Arc 1, which was the Lizard Men. That was episode 1 to 4 and 5. And then you have those who pick up those who are picked up, which was this arc for 3 episodes, up to A Boy's Feeling. And then Soaring Sparks of Fire is another arc where they get kidnapped and they start off another thing. So it feels like they had 3 arcs in this season. Don't get me wrong, good season, but highly condensed. Highly condensed. And you could see it. Kuma, it's pretty simple why Evil Eye is attracted to Momon. Without spoiling her backstory, her type is powerful and good. I mean, that's not what I'm talking about. It's not who she's attracted to. It's when she's attracted. In the middle of a fight, when she requested to team up with the person to try to beat them, she goes from being useful and holding her ground to, assuming the position and preparing to die. Like, she threw away whatever... I mean, come on, guys. It just felt like a throwaway. That was about 2-3 arcs. The Sebas arc and the Demiurge arc are kind of combined over 2 books. Ah, okay, so that's why there was a little bit of a gap. I'm the bone of my sword, steel is my body, and fire is my blood. Kuma, she was low in magic. I mean, God forbid she moved out of the way, because she hasn't found someone of his strength for hundreds of years, and it threw her off. Well, it could have blew her off, but, in more ways than one. Okay, fun season. We're going to kick off the vote for the next 2 anime we're reacting on at the end of the stream, but first we're going to take a break and jump into the Danganronpa part of the stream, where we're going to take a look at Danganronpa Decadence screenshots, sprites, promotional videos, and any information that we have to see what's coming up. Hasn't been a new Danganronpa title since V3, so I'm looking forward to it. We might even at some point organize a Danganronpa anime reaction for the shits and giggles, because I never actually reacted to that for, the channel. I kind of did that on my own before I discovered the series, and I'd really like to rewatch it at some point, and we can have a lot of fun with a watch party. So let's take a quick little break. I'll play a Danganronpa song, and then we'll kick that off.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun size, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.